pissing it down. Absolutely pissing it down up here. There we go. So we get a bit of light on subject. It is a miserable, miserable afternoon here in Sheffield. But as I said, looked bright and sunny down there on the south coast. I once went to Portsmouth to see, was it the Victory? And I looked round the Rob Museum. Well, depending on how this game starts for us, there might be some Wednesday fans wanting to get off to that Naval Rob Museum at half-time. But desperately need to try and keep a clean sheet. Afternoon, Andrew. Are you ready? There's a sort of apathy building, isn't there, about the games? Everything that's going off the pitch is sort of, it's distracting from the lads on. I can't even see that. Again, anyway. It looks dry. They're grey over that far stand, of course. Let's see how we get on here. Referee looks young. Ruben Ricardo. Looks like an extra out of a Ricky Martin video. Steve's in the comments. A miserable day in Chester too, pissing down all day long. Yeah, it's been absolutely foul here. I've just nipped to the shop, get something for tea. Depending on how it is, this might be a short stream. I might be start making me tea at half time. Here we go. Just about to kick off. Big boot. It's amazing, isn't it? All the tactical changes in football over the years, all formation changes and all different styles. Teams will still just smash it towards one at corner flags from kick-off. Throw in there. Big up and under. I'm watching it on my phone. Yes, I know. I'm watching it on my phone. Kids have got big telly. Yeah. And this one's playing up a bit. I don't know what's up with it. I should sort it out, but as you know, I've got no technical skills whatsoever. Anthony Lawrence in the chat, 32 degrees and blue skies in Belgrade. Only sunny thing about this afternoon. Yeah, well, that might well end up being the case. Two young starts, so we've got Weaver in there and Brown. We're expecting much from them. I've been impressed with young Brown, actually, when I've seen him in these, what I still call Coca-Cola Cup games. Busy, hard-working, running, willing to work the channels. And early shot from Wednesday. Blocked out there. Barry Bannon. Actually looks quite fetching in this white kit. I do quite like it. Yes, pick ball up there, 20 yards out, good defending, gets a blocking, old school defending. The sort I like to see. Chucked his bollocks in. From there, lad at centre half. I should have the teams written down. I must apologise, not very professional, not very John Motson. Andrew Swallow, belting player, pitch appears to be a new tactic. I'm not even sure it's new. I think teams have always done. The number of times you see it just gets knocked back from centre and smashed up. You know, it's almost like rugby, in it when they boot it out for one of them throws. But quite a positive start from Wednesday so far. Although I said that last week, we'll go down in 5 minutes, but it does look really sunny down there at Fratton Park. I'm wondering which way the wind's blowing because it's absolutely miserable as sin down here. Oh, in behind. This is a positive start from Wednesday. I mean, it's a worry we've only scored 3 league goals into it, so. And we've seen over recent weeks when Wednesday concede, heads are dropping that little bit. So if we could get an early goal, just give them something to lift his spirits and give them a little bit of impetus, that'd be fantastic. Looks like it's going to be a long throw away from Ingleson. Wednesday's got plenty up there. And it comes. Oof. That was a right hurl, right to 6 yard box. Positive start this from Wednesday. Got to get that early goal. Just think it's short. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. Ingleson brought down high up there on left flank. Swanson. Old Gloria there. Portsmouth never have a shit kit, do they? You always recognise Portsmouth. It's blue shirt, white shorts, red socks. You know, you'd recognise Portsmouth anyway. This is what annoys me with our home shirts over the years, is this thin stripes, thick stripes, no stripes. With a Portsmouth kit, you know straight away it's Portsmouth, don't you? Yeah, a little. It was a short throw from Ingleson. 1-2 Academachi. Now it's a free kick. Bannon looks like he's going to whip it in. It's really sunny down there. Really sunny. Whipped in, back stick. Just evaded everybody. Just get. Well, what have I done here? Yeah, just quick reminder, that's the Wednesday team here. Overworth goal, back three, Iofa, Weaver and Lowe, Valerie, Palmer, Bannon, Ingleson and Namas. Brown getting his first start up front with Academachi. 4 minutes gone, positive start. Dominic Iofa's just jogging back, holding his back. Hopefully he's okay. He's had a lot of injuries since he's been with us, Annie Big Dom. I wonder what sort of toll they've taken off at years on him. I'm on at 5 minutes and 15 seconds, so get yourselves in sync if you're out of sync. It's been a positive start this for Wednesday. Positive start. Palmer throwing on right hand side. Oh, well done. Down the outside, cross, diving header. Ingleson, fantastic header. Good play that right hand side. Palmer and Valerie crossing, bullet header, fantastic save. That is sneaking right in the corner. Terrific delivery from Liam Palmer. Super connection, right on forehead. Get some real neck power into it, and that's a really good save. Just come on, Wednesday. Just want that early goal. Bannon whipping corner in, back stick again. A bit of a crowd scene there, a lot of wrestling going on. You don't get out for wrestling these days. Big Dom coming in around the back stick. Well, I've got to be honest, they've really been in our half so far. Wednesday really coming out and looking quite sharp so far. But we know they'll have said, 90 minutes of football, you don't have it all your own way. They're going to have spells in the game, and I'm sure they'll work their way into it. And that's when we've got to be resolute, keep that focus. I think sometimes when you're attacking and having lots of ball, you can switch off that little bit at back, which we have done at times this season. Do you know, before the game started, I was sort of not apathetic, but I was like, here we go, another Saturday, Oh, really raking long ball up there, trying to get George Brown in. Like I said, I like him. He's willing to stretch. He's willing to try and run in behind. It was a terrific long ball over, completely caught Portsmouth's back line out, and just couldn't quite take it down. Positive start for this from Wednesday. We've got to make it count. 3 league goals though. That I can see why Pedersen's mixed it up a little bit up front, something a little bit different. Ugbo, still not happening for him. Jamal Lowe, obviously, is willing, but he's not really centre forward. In my opinion, he's a wide midfielder or a winger, really. 8 minutes 20 gone here on mine, and it's a good start from Wednesday. I weren't expecting it. Like I said before the game, I was like, here we go, another Saturday. And but now you start believing again, don't you? Oh, we could get something here, keep this up, try and get an early goal. Has Brown had a touch yet? Well, just that one with that long ball over the top there. If he could have just took it down, he might have been in. But this is good from Wednesday. I think Henrik Pedersen will be delighted with the start we've made here so far. Wednesday's actually got a good result, a good record, haven't they, against Portsmouth over the years. So perhaps there's a little bit of that. Still looks quite nice down there. It's still pissing it down up here. Andrew Swallow need to make this positive start count. We really do. We could do with a goal. We probably deserve one, actually. I mean, it's a brilliant header from Ingleson and a terrific save from their keeper. What we're getting in the comments. I see getting more transfer embargoes for us. Feels like the EFL are just pinging punishments at us. Roll up, choose your punishment. Well, yeah, they're certainly turning the screw on Mr. Chansiri. That is for sure. No nonsense defending there from Lowe. He's put that after that might have cleared the stand roof there. Throwing down right hand side. Paul Faruga, Brown's doing okay. Yeah, I think he is. Like I said, I've been impressed with the lad, what I've seen from him in League Cup. He's willing. He's a big unit for a young lad. Holds ball up. In fact, I'd say probably holds ball up better than Ugbo and Lowe. And he's got a real work rate and tenacity. It'd be brilliant for that lad to get on the score sheet today. Wednesday advancing. Natalie and Palmer through middle, is it? Let's have a quick look there. Looks like a free kick at edge of Portsmouth box. Get in, says Stephen Topham. Well, I'm presuming there's a goal coming. Black and gold scarves out in force there. Let's have a look. With Jan Valerie, it was a really rangy run through middle of park and just had his heels clipped there. Mocker. So Palmer and Bannon stood over it. I presume it can only be Barry Bannon from there. You'd say angle favours a right footed, but keeper's moved over out at way at wall. Is he going to put it low through that gap on side at wall? There's a spare man stood off at side. I do quite like this white kit, got to be honest with you. Oh, that's a right finish. That is a right finish. He's really, really wrapped his foot around that one. That is superb. That is superb. That is the way he was lined up and where the keeper was stood. I thought he was going to go for his keeper's right hand side, but he's really wrapped his foot around that. Let's see this angle behind the goal. Oh yeah, keeper absolutely rooted to the spot. Didn't even move. In step, one little step up. The swaz, superb. Brilliant finish from Wednesday. I'm on 17. Oh no, not 17. My eyes are going. I'm on 12:45 here. Wednesday lead, thoroughly deserved, by the way. It's been a fantastic start to the game from Wednesday. Henrik Pedersen down there trying to get them going. Beautiful, says Stephen. It was a fantastic strike. Captain Fantastic, says Steve. Well, it really was. He's led by example, hasn't he? As he's done all the time he's been here, really. A lot of work this season from Baz, Liam Palmer, Ingleson in that middle at park. Right free kick, says David Willock. It was. Portsmouth fans applauding that one. Wind has changed direction here. It rains now, battering against me window. Paul Farouk wants to know if Stephen Topham is John's mate. I've got no idea what's going on here. So they're going to get used to this format. Will keep me gobshuts in future. Always the problem with the live comments. 14 minutes I'm on. Get yourselves in sync. Press pause if you're too far ahead. Really good tackle there from Liam Palmer. What? I thought. Oh, no, it's Jan Valerie. And it was a really good tackle. That's not a free kick. But it's a free kick because bloody referees awarded it, so it is a free kick, but they're lining up with not too dissimilar a position from where Barry Bannon's just put it in back at net. 14:45 I'm on if you're trying to get in sync. Connor Chaplin's having a look at this. Who's the other lad in there with him? Hovarth just stood at his post trying to organise his wall. Chaplin will fancy this, I'm sure. Wensley's wall stand firm. Well done. Wensley's wall stood firm there. Free kick driven into it and rebound blasted over the bar. 15 gone. Wednesday 1-0 up. Come on, lads. Swift there with rebound. In fact, it weren't the wall, it was Barry Bannon. He was probably stood a couple of foot to the side at wall, and he's got a body block in there. Goal kick. P Wednesday, what's working, pal? Well, so far for Wednesday, everything's working. We're moving ball really, really well. Ingleson's had that diving header. Valerie's looking quite lively in there, and Bannon put his head with a wonderful free kick. And it is starting to just look a little bit overcast down there now at Pompey. And is that the first booking of the game here? Yeah, first booking of the game. Cadamatre went to close down there. I think he's a left back, the bald-headed kid with a beard. Little bit harsh. I think their lad's actually kicked on the side of his studs, which is horrifically painful. I think we've all done that in past, haven't we? You run in, try and get there first. Their lad just gets to the ball first, and you boot the studs. That's forward them. So I used to like them fold-over tongues, just that bit more cushiony. Plus, I always used to wear 2 pairs of socks. It was always like a thin pair of cotton socks under my football socks, because football socks, horrible material, blister-tastic. So a little pair of thin cotton socks underneath me. So have a look again. We're doing well. I'm really, really pleased with start we've made. Really positive. Would have been easy to be down about things after what happened against Bristol. You know, that was a bit of a schooling. It could have been Bannon. Bannon is in the mood today. He's a shot there, 35 yards. Took a bit of a clip. In fact, I think it's hit Ingleson on the way through and just dragged it wide at keeper's far post. But he's in the mood. It looks like he's enjoying himself. He's just having a bit of a smile there. We won at Portsmouth plays. Barry Bannon, 35 years old and still absolutely pulling strings for this. If I were in a more negative mood, you could say our only creative spark, couldn't you? Positive start from Wednesday. And these are scoring goals as well, Portsmouth, aren't they? You know, they've got a real good attacking front line, but Wednesday, so far, not really giving them the opportunity. Got a break here. out to right hand side. I don't want to, tempt Providence here, but Wednesday they've got quite a comfortable look about them so far. It look well organised, look like they all know what they're doing, and actually playing some decent stuff. I do sometimes wonder, away from home, you've got that vociferous support, a little less pressure than Hillsborough maybe. I wonder if that affects performances. Oh, Portsmouth, edge at box, drilled in. Their lad were offside there anyway. It was a drilled shot from edge at box with a kid coming in, but yeah, he's offside there. Steve says 4 shots were in target for us, only 35% possession. Is that the possession stat, Steve? I'm surprised. I'm surprised that is a possession stats, because Wednesday have been on top here so far for me. Now, of course, you don't have to have all of the ball to be best side, do you? I think one of my favourite international games in recent years was it Euros at World Cup? Holland against Spain. Everybody wanking themselves silly about Spain and tick-a-tacker, and they had about 80% at ball, didn't they? And Holland battered them. It's when Van Persie scored that 30-yard diving header. Brilliant. It's what you do with ball that counts, not how much of it you have. 20 minutes and 20 seconds. Like I said, Wednesday playing well here. And looking good in this white kit. I quite like it. Their goalkeeper just shunted one out. Groans echoing around Fratton Park there. Bloody hell, look at his hair. He's dressed as Brian Tilsley from Coronation Street. Paul, at the moment, we're showing better quality with the possession we have. We certainly are. This is up there. This is looking like one of the better performances so far this term. But as I said, we won't have it all our own way. These will have a spell. But at the minute, Wednesday coming down the right-hand side again. He's driving into the box. Oof, blocked out. But there's a real positive energy about Wednesday, but in terms of the attacking intent here. Bannon, edge at box, places it. Another save from their keeper. Wednesday are at it. And Barry Bannon, he's playing like a man possessed in there. 21 minutes gone. Wednesday 1-0 up. Barry Bannon with another drive and another decent save from their keeper. Edge of the box. Took it inside his man and tried a little curl at the top corner. So it's a corner for Wednesday. Flatchy 31 says, have I got enough technical nous to put a tagline up with the scoring? Absolutely not. Absolutely, I'll have to have a play about with it. I'll have to get a technician to have a look at it for me if I do any more of these streams. And when I say technicians, obviously I mean one of kids. Corners, just really like this away kit. Lost boys surprised to see Brown up top instead of McNeil, low, but nice to see the youngsters. I like him. I like what I've seen of Brown so far. Like I said, I've seen him in these cup games. He's energetic, hard-working, and like I said, for a young boy, he's quite a stacked unit. He will look after the ball. And as I said, still not really happening for Ugbo. Low, more of a winger, I think. There's an argument for McNeil. But I think he had a very tough game against Bristol City, McNeil. And possibly involvements in all three of their goals in terms of clearances, not making it, and one thing and another. Anthony Lawrence in the comments, really encouraging. Don't give anything away too easily. Make them work for everything they get. Exactly. If you're going to lose games, and you've got to accept losing games as part of football. But don't give out away easy. Don't give out away sloppy. Don't gift. I think that's one of the biggest pet hates as a supporter in it, is when that's going out of play, referee. Where's the fucking linesman? That's a ball down right hand side for Portsmouth. Right back tries to get past his man, and it's a foot out of play. Portsmouth building here through middle again. I can't believe he's let that go. Starting right hand side. Sheff Cam asked Jake Punk, he'll sort that side out for you. Actually, yeah, Jake is a good friend of mine, and he's been absolutely fantastic since I started doing me Wednesday YouTube. It would be easy for an existing YouTuber to who's this new kid or whatever. He's been absolutely magnificent with me from day one. Loads of advice and technical stuff. I didn't even know how to do a live stream. It was him who taught me through this, because I'd got no idea what I was doing. One or two people saying, "Oh, Jimmy should do a live stream," and I was like, "Oh yeah, great." I have no idea. And Jake helped taught me through the process of sorting this out using a simple program for a fart like me. Yeah, brilliant. Been nothing but welcoming and supportive. Really good lad. Paul Fruga, Steve Trapper, my son, John, obviously, not sure you would have known him, went to school together. Paul, you're not on Ale already, are you? How is it? Paul always likes to have a couple of John Smiths when watching the streams. Lost Boyne in terms of Brown, great news, not bad. Not had much talent from the youth team in years. I like him. I really like the look of Brown. I think he was at weren't Leeds United. It was some sort of what did they call it? Not academy. Yeah, I think it was a sort of academy for players who maybe weren't in the game or weren't attached to clubs. And he's come through there and then come to Wednesday's academies and really done that. Portsmouth just having a little spell here, 26 minutes. Valerie having a bit of a talking to from referee. As I said, there's going to be spells. You're not going to have it all your own way for 90 minutes. Hard, it's a really soft free kick as well. I'm surprised. I'm a little bit surprised referees give that. A little bit surprised. So it's a Pompey free kick. They've taken it short. Wednesday caught out a little bit there. They were trying to organise themselves. Holvarth, he flaps it down. Wednesday sort of got away with that. Pompey still in possession. Building up edge at box. Angled ball. Io forgets his head on it. I think that was Valerie getting a block in there. It's pinged back in. Headed away. I think that was Valerie again. And then blasted down line by Lowe. Portsmouth, like I said, they're having a little spell now, which they're always going to. You don't get it all your own way. Steve, not trying to jinx it here, but Pompey not had a single shot on target in the first half hour. Steve, don't start touching wood. Oh, they're in. To that left-hand side. Drilled across, blocked. Low trying to get there. Oh, their lad kept it alive. Turned sharp. He's put it into the side netting. Little bit of a let off there for Wednesday. Left back got advanced. It's a sharp turn at number 10, and like I said, side netting. I think Holvarth had got that covered though. Paul, of course, I'm on the ale. Always on the ale. Am I that bad that you have to be pissed to watch? Ian Denham, morning from Surrey, Arizona. Good performance this. It certainly is. Wednesday playing really well. Really got bit between teeth. Certainly no more so than Barry Bannon, who's having a great game. And as Mr. J says here in the comments, Barry Bannon has indeed had his Weetabix this morning. 28 gone. Good performance. Like I said, Portsmouth, I would say just the last 5 minutes or so, just starting to come back into the game, have a little bit of a spell. Wednesday's still resolute. But they have been getting a foot in there. They have been getting a foot in winning headers when questions being asked. It's just a case of that focus now and keeping the shape and not getting too carried away. If we stay up, says Lost, we're looking forward to playing Man United next season. I take it they're a goal down. I ain't got other live scores on at the minute. Oh, down the left-hand side, that was really hard work there. Down that left-hand side, that's pure graft. He's one ball off his man and then charge 40 yards down the pitch. That's a good thing about having two young strikers. You know, you do want experience up there. You want someone who knows where back at netting and has got experience of scoring plenty of goals in different scenarios. But what the two lads do bring you, Brown and Karamatri, that exuberance, youthful exuberance and energy up there, lots and lots of energy. So that's really good. Wednesday looking good here. Liam Palmer's down at the right hand side. Yeah, just bought a little fell there. Well done. That's what I talk about experience. You know, Pompey just having a little spell. Palmer's board as a bit of a free kick. How's the Mass doing? I like the look of him. He's pinned back a little bit there. Obviously, Wednesday wanted to make sure they don't get too many men in front of the ball, especially with this goal lead. But I like him. He's really neat and tidy on, but he's got good foot. He's got the footwork of a winger, really. But he is a fullback. Bannon, wide free kick, hooped in there. Keeper comes and takes that. Was quite comfortable. Man United not until 5. I've got to be honest, I hardly pay any attention to the Premier League, Steve. I hardly pay any attention to the Premier League. Championship's where it at, you know. Another good foot in there. Another good foot. Ingleson sets us going. Bannon. Like I said, there's a... Oh, this is what I mean. Just retain it well in. Well in. Wednesday little spell there in Portsmouth half, and then a sloppy pass. It's what right. You've got to keep your focus and not get carried away. Really good Portsmouth break there, but a fantastic tackle. I think that was that Weaver coming across there. Just get it. 30, yeah, it was, yeah. Weaver, it was there. Just remind myself coming across, fantastic tackle out, covered in left back position. Glad we have a Mass. We needed to replace Johnson, who's getting his prime. Beautiful crosses. It was Marvin Johnson, but I'd argue Marvin Johnson might be one of the best crossers at ball. But since we've left Premier League, I'm thinking of better crosses at ball. Brunt had got a good cross at him, hadn't he? I tell you who I thought was a very underrated crosser at ball. Lewis Buxton. Never gets mentioned. I know he was a fullback, but terrific crosser at ball. Put him into the right areas. He never made that mistake of trying to beat the man all the time. Steve Topham, I'm almost enjoying this. Yeah. Oh, it's a cross in. Well headed away again. I think that was a Mass there. They're coming down right hand side. He's jinking in. Left foot cuts inside. Oh. Yeah, well, was that a cross from there, lad? I don't think it was. I think he came inside. I think he thought he'd try and do a Terry Curran at Bramall Lane. and got it wrong. Although ironically, nearly found his mate at back stick sliding in. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I weren't expecting anything from this game. I knew it was going to be a tough test down here on South Coast. But it's a really, really positive start from Wednesday, this. Really positive. Goal up, working hard, loads of energy from two young lads up front. Bannon, Ingleton and Palmer getting through some real work in midfield. And although there's been a couple of hairy moments at back, I think the lads back there have, for the best part, really dealt with it. You know, getting a foot in, getting an head, getting a block. I've seen a brilliant covering tackle from Weaver. Really good display. I'll put it this way: Henrik Pedersen will be absolutely delighted with where they've gone about this. Need to be careful doing a watch along with the 3 PM blackout. It's a risk to your channel. Everything's a risk to my channel because I keep nicking little bits of music. What's this comment here? United, we're going to go straight down, but now while they're there, the bastards will probably go up. Well, I certainly think he'll turn it round. Obviously, we'll talk about a splitting camp down there and the older players not liking Sellers and not wanting to play for him, which from the few that I saw, few games I saw, but I think that was certainly the case. You can tell when players aren't playing for manager, you know. Do you remember Mourinho's second spell at Chelsea? Remember that? Eden Hazard not trying a leg. He was walking about, he looked overweight, and this and other, and then Mourinho got boot. Hazard goes off to I think it was Europeans with Belgium, and you know he's setting it on fire, and that is purely down to downing tools. And I think certainly looking at United, them first few games, I think some of the older players, the ones who've been there any number of years and been part of sort of Wilder group, I think they're definitely down tools in terms of Sellers. Yeah, 36 gone. Like I said, level of control here from Wednesday. Apparently the stats show that they've only had about 35% of the ball, but it's what, like I said, it's what you do with it. And Wednesday's looked really positive. Really positive. Lost, but frustrating when players spit to me, even if it's Tim, I don't spit millionaire big babies. It happens, though, doesn't it? It happens. Like I said, look at United. Clearly, some of their lads are down tools. I tell you what I do find is that Wednesday just on attack here down right hand side, driving inside left foot, shot comfortably taken by goalkeeper. That Brown there, like I said, positive young lad. Cuts in. I think it takes a little bit of a skim off defender. I think he just takes pace out of his shot. Yeah, it is frustrating, but it does happen. Players down in tools, and it's clearly cost him his job. But I do feel that now, Wilder's back, we'll start to see them climbing table, and I don't think they'll be down there for too long. In Denham, last match, no Scots on target. Barry Bannon, he's Scottish. Shots on target, I'm sure that's a typo. We've had loads today. How many we had? I don't know how many shots we've had. I've not got the stats up. I'm sure Steve will get the stats up. He seems to be our stats man this afternoon. But a really good performance. Away from home, positive, high energy, getting after it. And like I said, defending, everybody's doing the bit. We've had Bannon and Palmer back there blocking shots and getting a foot in. So Brown chasing back in a sort of left-back position earlier. And Alvarth has had a couple of saves to make, by the way. Lost boys at 5. 5 shots on target. Most we've had it last week, that, isn't it? Long ball from their keeper. And again, Wednesday in. You know, he's a really nice little footballer, that Amas. He's got a really, really terrific first touch. A really terrific first touch. Pompey 7 shots, 1 on target. Have they? Yeah. Perhaps they have. I think some of them, have been. I think some of them shots might have been bad crosses, to be honest with you. They're having a little spell of possession here in Wednesday half. 39 gone. Pissing it down here. Absolutely pissing it down. Still looks okay down here. Ball out to the right-hand side. They've had a little spell here for a minute or so. As I said, Wednesday standing resolute. Lads cut inside all the way, all left foot, trying to get a shot. Crowded out. Wednesday's got 2, 4, 6, 7 men in there. 7 men in there, then yet their number 36, I can't quite see his name, he's just turned brilliantly and got a shot away. It's down right hand side, cutting back fullback. He's turned, and Max Lowe has made an absolutely brilliant block. Turns just outside 6-yard box, pulling trigger, and Lowe's got in there. Brilliant block. Does look like he's a little bit sore on ankle there. Don't know if he's caught a bit at boot while they were blocking that shot. They're still coming now. They're having a... I think Wednesday's going to get kitchen sink chucked at me for the last 5 minutes at half, if I'm honest with you. That right-hand side again.
Probably shouldn't be on YouTube while we're here. You're ruining our weekend. We're going to die, okay? So basically, right? I was going to go to the shop.
This is live. I can't edit your voice out.
Okay.
Right?
So I was going to go to the shop.
Yeah.
To get a card and presents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but I can't because I was waiting for the rain to clear up, but now it's raining more.
I know, it's actually getting worse, isn't it? I'm going at
1:30 tomorrow, so I can just do it in the morning.
That's right. Well, I might come with you. Do your dad a favour and put that kettle on?
Why are you doing lives while waiting?
I thought I'd do a live.
What? That is live.
It's okay. Don't worry about noise. Just keep talking.
I didn't know.
Who's Harry remind you of, Jim? Harry who? Prince Harry? Dirty Harry?
Well, bye. I'll go to
Hi all from Tassie. Come on, lads, keep it up. Paul, we are under the cosh a little bit, but we are holding out. 3 minutes. Like I said, been some fantastic blocks in it. Oops, kettle. If you hear a noise or my sound cuts out, it's because kettle's on ready for half-time brew. Yorkshire tea. 42 minutes gone here. Looks like a Pompey. Their lad's gone down there under challenge from Weaver. I didn't see anything up with that, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Anyway, they're coming down right-hand side again now. Well in. Well in. They have got some talent up front, Portsmouth, but Wednesday really doing well to get a foot in there. Amas and Lowe linking down there. Harry Amas, because who do you remind me of as a player? I don't know. He's got that sort of. He's quite little. He's really comfortable on ball. Maybe do you know what? Maybe a little bit of the Kenny Sampson's about him. That is a foul. That is a bad tackle over there. Portsmouth coming away with it, but there was a bad tackle over on Wednesday's left wing out here. And that referee's give a free kick to Portsmouth in Central Park, but I think he might have to have a look because there was a tackle out here on Wednesday's left-hand side. And he's give a free kick against Valerie at Middle at Park, but there was a tackle on this left side, and I think it was Brown or Kadamata who took a right whack on ankle. And Valerie's got booked for nothing more than a little shoulder nudge in middle at pitch. I think that's really poor refereeing, if I'm honest with you. I think that's really poor refereeing. There's a bad tackle on left wing, ignored, and then he's give one in middle. Portsmouth still with possession, but it's cut out. Amass, that's the first step. Funnily enough, I'm just talking about Amass, talking about how comfortable he is on the ball, and he's absolutely skanked one into front of the stand. Typical. Lost Boy, is the tea Yorkshire Gold? No, because the Yorkshire Gold, I do like it, but it really stains, doesn't it? You want to see inside of my cup. It's black. And after a couple of brews of Yorkshire Gold, so my teeth. So just normal Yorkshire tea today. Well done, Ingleson and Amass linking there to not only win the ball, but to play out on that left-hand side. Oh, and then it's a terrible pass. Just inviting the... Is everybody in Portsmouth team left-footed? Every single player seems to be cutting inside. Oh, it's a deep cross to back stick, straight out for a goal kick. And hopefully Wednesday can see this out for break. P. Wednesday has been likened to Luke Shaw. I could sort of see that, yeah. I could sort of see that. Like I said, bit of a Kenny Sampson vibe for me. Really, really good on ball. Might Luke Shaw is into. And there we go. That's half time. That's really good. 1-0 half time. Fantastic first half performance from Wednesday. Had to really dig in that last 5-10 minutes or so. Portsmouth growing into the game, but there was a spell about 20-25 minutes in. There were groans for Fratton Park. There were groans, and I think that's what we've got to do. Is keep them quieting down. Keep them quieting down. Paul Froger, I thought the ref booked Pompey man for that previous bad tackle. Anyway, let's hope we can keep energy levels up. Yeah, certainly do. Like I said, Kadamata and Brown up front. We've just got the stats. It's 67% for Portsmouth, 32 for Wednesday. I think that's got to be swayed a bit in that last 5-10 minutes of the game. But Wednesday, 7 interceptions, 25 clearances Wednesday have made. I'm looking at this and I don't think it's... What's I was saying? The stats, some lies in statistics or something. Lies, damn lies, stats and statistics, something like that. But this is it. I don't think this tells the sort of the measure of the game. I thought Wednesday had a real level of control for the first 25 minutes, despite Pompey probably seeing more at ball. We have cleared more at ball than them. We have had to make more tackles than them, but I do think Wednesday have looked the better team. Like I said, sometimes you can hide a little bit behind stats. You don't get that superb domestic interaction off iFollow. Yes, you don't get people talking about Yorkshire tea on iFollow, I don't think. Lost Boy. Long second half coming. Let's see if we can hold. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Right, folks, I'm going to mute. I'm going to have a brew. Might get umbrella out and try and get a quick fag as well for my American viewers. Cigarette. I don't want to be getting myself in trouble like that. So I'll just pop that team back up and we'll see if it's second half. There we go. Absolutely lashing it down here. Horrible day. They seems to be getting away with it so far on the south coast, though, don't they? But yeah. Quick message coming through. Sorry about this quick delay. Just, I've had out to eat at half time. I did think about maybe having a bag of crisps or something, but unfortunately, our lass has got a load of them McCoy's crisps, which my views on that. Not a big fan of them corrugated crisps. I don't mind the Seabrooks. They're corrugated crisps, aren't they? But I don't mind them so much. Oh. Steve, the rain's having a bit of a let up in Chester for the time being. Well, it's not here. It is still absolutely pissing it down. It's foul. It's foul. And I don't usually mind rain, Get yourself a nice brew, plate of biscuits, get a good book. Maybe a PG Woodhouse. Cheer myself up a bit, Bit of Jeeves and Wooster or something like that. Well, I've just started a book. It's a murder mystery set on a galleon in 1800, so I'm just getting into that. I've got to have a good book on go. Winter, because I love winter, autumn and winter. Yeah, a lot of people hate it. I think the only reason it's put me down today is because of football. You know what I mean? I think I was in a bit of a low mood before kickoff and it rained. But Wednesday, giving us something to be cheered up about. Paul, no rain in Braintree in Essex, but plenty of John Smiths. I won't expect anything less, Paul. I won't expect anything less. It's going to be a really tough half for Wednesday. Portsmouth, obviously, they're going to come at it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to come out and kitchen sink us from first sort of 5 minutes or so, or whether they'll try and retain a bit of, possession and patience, and then maybe kitchen sink the last 10 minutes. So we'll see. Change for them, night on for Swanson. Oh, Yorkshire tea. It's not better. Little flipping behind first seconds at half, and it's took a little clip off Amassa's knee. Pompey corner. Short one, and then Spareman does an in-swinger. They love that in-swinger. They love players cutting inside. Everybody seems to be at it now, but of course, as Wednesday fans, we were probably ahead of the game with Chris Waddle playing out on the right-hand side, cutting inside. I think he's sort of the first one I can really remember playing on the wrong side, as it were. Before that, all wingers, left footers on left, right footers on right, beat your man on the outside, delivered a cross. I think it goes back to old game, didn't it? When he used to have 5 up front, and then sort of 4-2-4, weren't it, with out-and-out wingers. I think it was a sort of remnant of that left over in 80s and 90s, and then Waddle sort of really changed that from a Wednesday point of view, certainly. And like I said, now everybody seems to have inside-out wingers. Wednesday night, right-hand side. even if no one comes at move, it might alleviate a little bit of that early Pompey pressure. Really alive. I know we talk about how tough it can be for young lads coming in, especially into a scenario where you're coming into a team that's facing a relegation dogfight. But like I said, the reverse of that is that sometimes I think the more experienced players, because they've been there before, they might be a little bit like, oh, hang on. Good breakdown right from when they've experienced relegation dogfights and stuff before, they can be, it probably gets to a stage where you're a little bit, oh, not this again. Whereas the young lads making the way in the game, they're full of excitement. But it's the start of their careers, and they're just desperate to get out and play football. And to an extent, I think the young lads do not care that it's a relegation fight. All they'll be seeing is, I've got a chance here to play on park for a club like Sheffield Wednesday. And because of that, they bring an energy and an atmosphere on park, and that can spread. And sometimes having these young lads involved, I think that can lift the older players as well. I mean, ideally, you'd like to be integrating them if you're at top end at table, you're doing well, and you say, oh, let's get some kids in and give them some game time. But sort of conversely, it might well work as a bonus for us down at this end at table that we are, bringing that spark and energy. I suppose all good here. Hope we can keep it up for the second half. Certainly. Well, so far, like I said, after an opening 5 minutes when they had a bit of a bash at it, Wednesday sort of managed to get around that, and now looking quite sharp. Tough afternoon. United's 0-0 down at the Lane. Oh God, actually, they'll be getting absolutely pissed on down the road, won't they? I mean, I don't know if you can hear it rain here, but yeah. Positive. Has anybody had a bet? What were odds for the Wednesday win? I haven't had a bet for about a month. I usually good footing there. Valerie, ball down channel. Oh, their defender's pulled up. He's pulled his hamstring. Brown goes on now, and it's in. It's in. You almost feel bad. You almost feel bad for Portsmouth defender there. It's 2-0 Wednesday. I mean, the Corinthian spirit in game, I'm sure in 1920s, Wednesday would have stopped. How are you, old chap? Get the physio on. But 2-0, unbelievable. And it's young Brown, fully deserving of his goal. Absolutely tireless running all afternoon. See that injury gets just a ball down line. Defenders after it is, you've got to feel for him. That is, his hamstring's gone there. Gone down like snipers at him. Brown cuts inside. He slows down, and he slows down, and I half thought that he were going to pull up for there, lad. He's had a little look across Bannon's, and it's a wonderful finish. Opens his body, in step, and just kills it round keeper. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful finish. And Shaughnessy limping off down the touchline there, you've got to feel sorry for him. It was just a simple ball down channel. And he's pulled up, that's hamstring, so that's probably going to be a month there for him. Paul Fruga, feel bad for the defender, but Brown finished superbly like a veteran. It was an absolutely wonderful finish. Calm, really calm. Young lad, first team league debut. Hundreds of things going for his head. He got a little bit of time as well, and sometimes that can be a worse thing for you. You've got a little bit of time, and suddenly you've got too many options in your head. Oh, what part of my foot am I going to use? In step, out step. Calm as you like, curled it in, and I do feel bad for their defender. Run punch man, play to the whistle. Well, exactly, yeah. I think one or two of their players had sort of stopped as well. natural instinct to think when you see somebody go down like that. But wonderful finish from Brown. And Wednesday, 2-0. 2-0. As I said, did any of you get a bet on? I've been so busy the last month. I mean, you probably noticed I hadn't been putting out as many videos as I usually do. I've been absolutely pulled out with it. And so much so that I hadn't really had time for a bet. I usually like to sit down on a Friday, get me, I'll not mention the name at betting site. There are many available, but I have a look at my bets and then pick a few out for accumulator. Not done that for a month. Not even done that for a month. But I suspect you would have got pretty decent odds for a Wednesday result down at Portsmouth. But don't want to speak too soon because it only takes a second to score a goal in football. And there's plenty of time left yet. That's Pompey have used two substitutions as well because he'd made one at half time. And then, of course, Shaughnessy just going off now, so that's 2 down. Wonderful blocking there. They just had an attack down the left. I've just seen it again now. I think that was Max Lowe in there. If you look at Wednesday's season so far, I think one of the things you would say is that we've struggled to keep clean sheets. Has been that little sort of thing being sneaking into game where we've conceded goals where you're disappointed with manner of them. Look at the Bristol game. 2 or 3, in fact, was it 2 out of 3 were clearances that didn't fully clear the man, and then a sloppy pass into midfield. That sort of things that you worry about every season. And of course, on top of that, we've had this sort of inability to score goals, and I think a lot of that has been, as I've talked about in my videos, if you've watched them, is that sort of link between midfield and attack hasn't really been there. But I think what we're seeing today with kind of Martin Brown is that it gives you a different way of playing. The link between midfield and attack doesn't have to be brilliant if you've got 2 willing runners who will give you that option that you can flick a ball in behind or put a ball down channel and they will get after it, with afterburners on. Steve, God must be a Portsmouth fan today. Evans have opened up now. Well, they have, like I said, it's absolutely lashing it down everywhere. The South Coast, they still seem to be getting away with it a bit, although it does look like the wind's getting up a little bit looking at that corner flag. So Pompey corner, we've got to be resolute here. Bit of a crowd scene. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 Wednesday players in box defending, that including goalkeeper. Bannon gets a block in. Big appeals for the handball. Big appeals for the handball. What's the referee doing here? That's Ava Butchers. Good save by Hovarth, actually, looking at it on second running. Really good save. Iofa heads it out. Though it's not an handball, I think they're calling for a foul by Ingleson, actually. I think they were thinking it was going to be a foul by Ingleson. That would have been incredibly harsh. I mean, if you're going to give that, you'd be giving 5, 6, 7 penalties a match, wouldn't you? And if they did that consistently every week, folks would soon learn and it'd stop happening. But the truth is, it won't happen. Absolutely resolute defending from Wednesday. They're really putting their bodies in there and standing up to be counted. Flag's gone up for offside, but Lowe, Iofa, Weaver really getting the bodies in front of shots. In fact, Weaver got a bit of a limp on there, really throwing themselves in. Proper defending. And we're going to need that of the season. We're going to need that. 57 gone. Right, fancy an hobnob or something with that. But we've only got bourbons. Now, I don't know where you stand in bourbons and the pantheon of biscuits, but I didn't like them when I was a kid. I can sort of get on with them now, maybe because my taste buds have gone a bit. But hobnob, digestive. I mean, I like a plain digestive. No, I'm not a big fan of chocolate getting involved in the biscuit scenario, if I'm honest with you. Andrew Swallow, bourbons are top tier. Really, Andrew? Have a word. Although, did you see that thing recently? And I think it would. I think it's made up. Somebody said that penguins are just bourbons covered in chocolate. If you open them up, I think that might be a modern myth. Not unbothered. Never been a massive fan of penguins either. Although I don't mind a mint club. Wednesday brilliantly playing the way out of trouble down that left-hand side there. A little sort of triangle of players with Ingleton, Lowe and Amass doing really, really well to play the way out of trouble. Absolutely fantastic. Steve, thought Pompey would give us a pacing, but been pleasantly surprised. I tell you what, I've been more than pleasantly surprised. A fantastic away performance so far. The way we've held our shape, that sort of 5 across the back, and the 3 lads in midfield have really got through the work rate, which you sort of expect. You know, Ingleton's that sort of player anyway. But credit where it's due. I think you look at the age of Palmer and Bannon, the work rate they're getting through in the 30s is absolutely superb. You know, really getting stuck in and putting themselves about. Or somebody said in first half of the stream, Barry Bannon definitely has had his Weetabix this morning. Whipped out of the side for a goal kick. Fred, they love these inside-out wingers on the wrong foot. I think sometimes you've got to mix them up a bit. I don't. It was one of my criticisms of Carlos actually, is that the second season when he sort of based our game plan on being a lot more rigid, and I think he'd seen how Burnley had got promoted, you know, with 21-0 wins or whatever it were, and then. But when they met lad at Middlesbrough, he did the same. They kept winning games 1-0, not Karanka, something like that. And I think that sort of got into Carlos's brain, and he thought, oh, we'll do that. You know, we've played a bit more expansive and we've lost playoffs. And that really compact forward, and what a complete waste of Ross Wallace that was. And there were times when I used to think, if he's going to play 4-4-2 like that and not, you know, sort of play 3 with Wallace as an outside right, I'd have put him out left at 4 just to give us that sort of bit more balance. And I think Portsmouth here, I think at some stage, I think we will see him maybe have their wingers swap side and just try and get right outside and bang some crosses in box rather than this cutting in thing they're trying so far. Excuse me, 61 gone. And again, it's another one of those balls. It's straight over and out for a goal kick. You cut inside, you get it wrong. It's always going to drift over that sort of backside over there, isn't it? Really solid performances from Wednesday. Like I said, Brown, he stood there up against Matthews. He's a big young lad, him. Delighted he got his goal. Fantastic finish. So calm and assured. Like I said, but sometimes players, when they've got time, that's when it goes wrong for them. If you look, when I were a youth, I'm sure there'll be plenty here listening to this, watching this, who were my age or similar will remember Paul Warhurst a centre-half with an electric pace who got converted to a striker and went on an unbelievable scoring run, 18 goals in 18 games. And the following season, they sort of dried up for him a little bit. And I think it was as he were trying to work other aspects into his game. Because the 18 that he got, they were all instinctive. They were all sort of first time. It would either, volleys, turns and shots and lobs. Where he seemed to fall down a bit is when he got too much time on ball. He'd get threaded through, and if defender weren't near him and he could have 2 or 3 touches, that's when he tended to fluff his lines a little bit. And I think that's because you think too much. But Brown there, wonderful goal. And a lot of time to think. He must have had a million scenarios going through his head of what he was going to do. But he picked the choice that he was going to make and kept to it. A wonderful finish with inside at foot. Steve in the comments, I'm surprised I've only had 2 shots on target, but the defence battling hard. Our defence is battling unbelievably hard. And they've got a really good shape. It's been... I know the team sheet card is showing it's a 3-5-2, but it's definitely a 5 at the back. It's definitely a 5-3-2. Amas and Valerie are doing really well trying to stick to their fullbacks. It's hard work because obviously they are coming inside every time onto, sort of Valerie's left foot and Amas's right foot and making it very difficult for him. But this really sticking to the task. And like I said, the 3 lads in the middle, Weaver, Iorfa and Lowe, they've been chucking themselves in front of so much. 40-32, Windass has scored 2 for Wrexham. Is he back fit? I thought he was injured. I thought he picked up a bad injury. I heard he was going to be out for 2 months or so. Good signing for them at this level. And Portsmouth have just slung a ball into the box there, and Cadamartri back there, brilliant towering header, like a sort of vintage Nigel Pearson aerial dominance and supremacy header. Absolutely fantastic. When's he about to make a sub? Looks like Jamal Lowe coming on. Henrik's just having a word with Liam Palmer. Maybe it's going to be a change of shape. Paul Fruger, Cad's just set it out and defends like a seasoned centre half. Absolutely. Brilliant header. And that's what I mean. You get the energy and the impetus of these young lads. There's that. The thing is, young lads, I know football's a job like any other job. And we all say we'd love to do it for a living, but when you're in training every day and, it is a job to them. And just like I go to work and get bored with hearing the same stuff from same gaffers and whatever, these will be the same, to them it is a job. But when you get these young kids coming in, they've still got that love of the game, like when you're playing in schoolyard, they've still got that. Change for Wednesday, 65 minutes. And Georgie Brown's coming off. He's had a terrific game, full of hard running, endeavour, closing down fullbacks. Strong in the air, good hold up play, and of course, absolutely capped it off with a wonderful, wonderful finish. And there's one more element I want to talk about actually with Brown's goal, and that is this. He gambled on it. The ball went down the channel. It was their defenders. It was their defenders' ball, no question. But when the defender got injured, Brown got in there. That's because he carried on his run. He'd carried on his run after that ball, even though he wasn't favourite to get there. With the defenders 90-10. You know what I mean? But he's kept going to put that pressure on anyway. So when the mistake happens, he's in. And that's what you've got to do as a young forward. You've got to keep making them runs. And you might make that run 20 times in a game and the ball never comes. 0-0. But the first time you don't make that run, that's when the defender misses it. That's when there's a short back pass and you think, oh, God, I could have been there. Brilliant performance from young Brown. Absolutely delighted with him. What's with obsession with our previous players? Just concentrate on the current set of lads that are doing tremendous work for our club. What obsession with old players? The H12s, the average viewership of this channel is 50, so I often talk about some of the old players, especially if they've got elements from that remind me of these young players we've got coming through now. Well, and it gives people who perhaps aren't seeing the game or can't get to the game, or people, I've got a hell of a lot of people who are expats who watch channel. And if I can say, it reminds me of so-and-so, a player they've seen 300 times in their past, they're like, all right, and it gives them an idea of what sort of player or what sort of style. H2's back. I don't mean huge amount of mates. So there's coming team that Windass has scored. Well, I think it's always going to be a hoop ball in there, headed wide. I offer dishing out a bit of a bollocking. That was a left back who'd got up there. I think there'll always be a bit of interest in players that's gone. And Windass probably especially so. I mean, is he our top scorer post 2000? You know, I think there's always going to be a little bit of interest there. Especially in the manner, 15 shots for Portsmouth, especially in the manner that he left the club. Obviously, we turned down money in January, and then he goes for nothing, which is unfortunately a classic trait of how the ownership of the club has been over recent years. I am going to say ownership. I'm not going to mention his name today because I'm enjoying the day so far, and I don't want to put a shadow over it. Yeah, but 69 gone. Really good performance from Wednesday. This really good shape again. I'm just looking across the line now. A really good shape, 5 at back there, and the 3 sort of sitting in front. Steve, are you still listening, my stats man? Have you got stats for how many blocks we've put in today? Because I'll tell you what, this back 5 and the 3 lads in front of them in midfield have absolutely put their bodies on the line. Put the bodies on the line. A good Wednesday attack there. Low slips in. Karamarchik, save. Good save. Wednesday retaining possession. Good display. Sam Ragg, brilliant news. 2-0, beginning to worry the lads were getting used to losing. Yeah, losing can become a habit, and that is the worry. As I said, we'd not been scoring many goals, and we were starting to see 1 or 2 of those little defensive lapses sort of sneak in, especially the Bristol Swansea games. But today, chalk and cheese compared to Bristol City. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful performance today. And again, a Mask gets another blocking. Really good. Really good. And the pleasing thing here as well is that the young lads coming in and doing the job. You know, Weaver's come in, don't look at all out of place, and Brown's put in a terrific centre forward display up there. Headed off the line with that Max Lowe. Brilliant defending again. Absolutely brilliant defending. Numbers. Fantastic defending from Wednesday. Really, they're desperate for these points. Brilliant work rate and application from lads today. And I'll tell you what, I am going to have a real struggle for man at match. I'll probably do my usual sort of 15-minute review video after the game. But this afternoon, probably while I'm making tea, salmon, by the way, I think with salmon broccoli. Oh, Max Lowe. Oh, good ball. clipped out line, got Jamal Lowe in, cut inside, it's blocked out. Tea, yeah. Salmon, broccoli. I've got some new potatoes. I don't often have new potatoes very often. I used to like them when I was a kid. And then I went through a stage I went off them. They've got a sort of waxy quality, haven't they, new potatoes? But I just fancied some today, so I've got some new potatoes. Going to have them, and I might give them a boil and then a quick 5-minute fry and some maybe some garlic and mint. What are you having for tea? I felt like I've needed something fresh. I've been eating a lot of beige recently. Been eating a lot of beige, which with my height, age, and condition, I shouldn't be eating a lot of beige stuff. I'm turning into a beach ball. Yes, old beige. Steve, someone just posted up for me to go on Twitter or X goals at Fratton Park. Rum Punch Man making burgers at kids' request. It's got to be on YouTube somewhere. Google it. Eddie Murphy burgers. Eddie Murphy does an absolutely great. But God, it's 30 or 40-year-old life set now. But Eddie Murphy does a bit about being a kid. Oh, what a save! What a save that is. Let's see that again. Varth there. Let's have a look. That was a whip ball in. Pompey still coming. I'd like to see that again. That looked like a really good save to me. But yeah, Eddie Murphy did a brilliant skit about being a kid and wanting a McDonald's. And obviously not having much money. And his mum saying, "Don't worry, I'll make you some burgers." And she puts loads of vegetables in it. It's a brilliant, brilliant sketch. So go and have a look for that. Eddie Murphy burgers. Go and find that on YouTube. Don't know how many blocks we've made, but only 3 on target from 18 shots that we've had. They've made some wonderful blocks Wednesday defence today. Like I said, they might not have all been going in, they might not have all been on target, but they've really, really sort of stuck to the guns, put the bodies on the line. All right, and that Pilkington, brilliant. I love Pilkington. Sardines on toast, bro. I love seeing sardines on toast. A little bit of white pepper. Tell me you're having a little bit of white pepper. It's sardines on toast. Little sprinkling of white pepper. It's one of my favourite snacks. One of my favourite snacks. I absolutely love it. Varth turned his pay. He certainly did. He certainly did. Brilliant, brilliant save. Rum Punch Man, I know that sketch. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's the first time I saw it. Is it on? It's not Live and Lewd. That's Bob Monkhouse. I can't remember which one it is, but it's on one of Eddie Murphy's, and it's absolutely fantastic. First time I saw it. Anthony Lawrence, sorry for Brown. Good luck to the lad. What will Pitson call it? A good minute. Brilliant. Brown has been fantastic today. He had a terrific game. Matthew Langsley, Raw, that's it, Raw. I've got him on DVD somewhere, again, showing my age. Matthew, what was the name of the other one? There was Raw and what was the other one? He got leather suits on, hasn't he? I don't know if you can hear it rain. Absolutely pissing it down. I might do one of them ASMR? And maybe I should do one of them just with rain. Paul Fruga, another one with sardines on toast. And once more, a little bit of white pepper. Sardines on toast without white pepper is just a decent snack. Sardines on toast, a little bit of white pepper. Next level snack. Gary Lowe, sat in hospital watching your report. Comments, let's hope we can hang on for 3 points. And the red side 0-0 at the minute. Come on, the Owls. Hope everything's all right, Gary. I hope you're on the mend, whatever's happening. And I hope you've not got my voice echoing around the ward, upsetting the other patients. They've worked so tremendously hard at the back today. I tell you what, there's 13 to go here. I really hope we keep a clean sheet. 3 points, unbelievable, but I really hope we keep a clean sheet because these lads at the back have worked so hard. They really, really deserve it. Delirious, that is the other Eddie Murphy one. Yes, brilliant. Oh. Shot fired in there from Jan Valery, palmed away by their keeper. Keepers don't really catch up anymore. He could have caught that. Honestly, he could have caught that. It's there. Yeah. The tight-fitting, bright red leather suit. Yes, it's very, very of its time, isn't it? But brilliant. It's still one of my favourites. Like I said, they're all on DVD. They're probably online now. In fact, that'd free me up some storage space, wouldn't it, if I got rid of my DVDs? I've got bloody hundreds of them, and, you know. Mind you, I've got my Fawlty Towers box set on DVD, and I can't get rid of that because the new ones, they've cut loads of it out, haven't they? Because, you know, these days, a lot of what's said in there is probably not acceptable, but I think you have to judge them on when they were made in the time. It's, defended so well here. I love proper defending me. It's if I see a really good defensive header or a really strong tackle, that I get as excited as seeing somebody having a shot at goal. I really, really do. See, never mind ASMR making me need a pee. I know I was going to put microphones at window so you could hear it rain even more, but my cable's gone a bit funny and it cut out. I did a live stream the other day and it cut out, and it's cable. I think it's because I just wrap it round. I'm not very, I don't look after my stuff very well. Gary Lowe, all good, mate. We'll be on Monday. Thanks for the shout out. Good stuff. I'm glad you're on the mend. Because they can be depressing places, hospital. But despite all the good work that goes on there, yeah, I've worked at both of our hospital. Oregon Wednesday. Are you in Oregon? Are you watching from over there? Delirious, my favourite, the Ice Cream Man skit too. Yes, too good. I'm going to have to watch them again tonight. If all being well, if I can get my tea done early doors and get washed up, and if the kids allow me to touch the TV remote, which as a middle-aged man I very rarely get to touch, I might sit down and watch them tonight. Oregon Wednesday, yes, over there. Exactly where is Oregon? I'm just going to call up. I'm going to get my Google Maps on. My knowledge is very poor. I dipped out of geography at about 14, which let's have a look at the states. Another inside-out cross flashed in for Pompey. Oh yeah, just down Washington, no, Seattle, West Coast. Yeah. I'm guessing TV will have cut out most of the German sketch from Fawlty. Yeah, I think it's the comments of the major that have been mainly cut. But even at the time that was made in the 70s, they were sort of showing that he was a relic from the 40s, and how sort of old-fashioned and backward his thinking was. So to cut them now, it's just like Paul Farouk, Met Man's German, thinks that skit is hilarious. It is. The thing with Fawlty Towers is Basil's the butt of the joke, and I think a lot of that gets missed. It was similar with I had this discussion with somebody about Rising Damp a while ago at work, and about how racist Rigsby is. And I said, well, that's the point of it. Rigsby's the butt of the joke. You know, you've got Rigsby, Miss Jones, what's he called now? Lad Who Died, Godber from Porridge. There's them in the house, but the cleverest bloke in the house is the African student. He's the cleverest bloke in the house. That's so Rigsby, although he's an old racist and xenophobe, and that's the joke. The joke is on Rigsby, but there we go. It was a debate I was never going to win, because sometimes people admit it. But then it turned out the person I'm talking to never actually seen Rising Damp, just seen a clip on TikTok. So it's like, well, if you haven't seen an episode all the way through, I don't know why I'm wasting my time. I don't know why we're talking about 70s British comedy. But that's the sort of way that these streams go into. Well, there's 57 of you watching. I do need to ask you for a brilliant save. Alvarth, brilliant save. Oh my God. Their lad looks absolutely dejected. The ball comes in. It's an absolute crowd scene in there. Wins had a great save. And then Iofa puts it behind the post for another corner. 7 to go. It's deep. And again, Wednesday clear. Brilliant. Wednesday doing really well here. Wednesday doing really well. Howard Cobb, Bristol City fan here. Well done, Wednesday. Well, thank you, Howard. Hopefully we can dig in. They have dug in. They've dug in for 84 minutes. I think we will get the points. You can never take out for granted, but I think we will get the points, or at least 8 points. So Wednesday fan, you never count your chickens. But another brilliant save from Alvarth. Fantastic. But I hope they get a clean sheet. They really deserve it. While you're on, as I said, 58 viewing, please do me a massive favour, because it really does help the algorithm. Please give me a quick like. It'll only take you a second. It's somewhere on there under screen. Give me a quick like. It really helped the channel. And you can give it a share as well. If you've got any mates who might want to watch me talking about 70s British comedy and biscuits for the last 5 minutes of this game, please share it as well to your friends. But definitely, please do me a massive favour. Click that like button. Hugely appreciate it. Change here for Wednesday. Ingleson off. Young Fuzier on. It's only a little lad Fuzier, isn't he? But I'm pleased to say that's the way the game's evolved, because when I was younger, I was playing middle at Park, and you're a bit little, son. That's all I got. And I used to say, well, maybe if we keep ball on floor, it might not be so much of an issue. But of course, in them days, everything hit the big lad and what have you. Yes. Four minutes to go. Let's keep this clean sheet, boys. Let's keep this clean sheet. I can't believe the weather down there, you know. Just see sun bouncing off cloud. That looks absolutely wonderful, actually. That'd make a great photo. Whereas here, up in the Republic of South Yorkshire, absolutely pissing it down still. I really hope they cling in. They've worked their socks off. Again, I'm looking across that line there, that back five. They've been so tight today. Against a good attack, make no bones about it. Portsmouth here with their sort of inside-out wingers, they will cause a lot of teams a lot of problems. But super, and that's it. Valerie has just blasted one into the stand. It's Big Dom, sorry, coming across behind him. Not wrong with that. Not wrong with that. Sometimes I think we get obsession these days with this little tipping and tapping and playing it out from back. Sometimes get it in stand. Not wrong with that. Because Williams always give a like as soon as I start watching. Thanks very much. I don't fully understand how these algorithms and stuff work, but apparently getting likes and shares really helps, get more viewers to the channel. I don't know how it all works, but apparently that's how it does. And comments as well. Get your comments coming in. And especially, I know this is a live stream today, but when I put the other videos on, get involved in the chat on there. I do try and reply as much as I can. As I said, last month or so, I've not been replying as much as I'd like, so I've been really busy. In fact, I've got a host of comments on the last couple of videos that I need to reply to. Kadamarshi's down here getting a little bit of cramp. Hardly surprising. Absolutely run his blood to water today. Still 0-0. Is that down at the lane? I'd actually got him for a win today. I thought they'd win. I thought with him going back, and thought he'd get the atmosphere going, because he instantly gets fans on side, doesn't he? Although maybe the spirits have been dampened a bit with this weather. 2 minutes of normal time to go. Cadamartri gingerly getting back to his feet and stretching out. He's another big unit for a young boy. Eamon Brown, fantastic. In fact, he's coming off. Ugbo will come on to see out the final minute and a half plus injuries. Be nice to see him get on the score sheet, wouldn't it? Poor bastard. He's had such a terrible time of it. And I don't know what the answer with him. I mean, I said after the last game, I think with somebody like Ugbo, I think he's one of them where you've got to say, look, no pressure on you. Don't worry about goals. I'm going to give you 10 games on spin, whatever. No matter how many chances you miss, you'll be playing week after. And I think they sometimes need that, and I think they need to be told that. But you can't now, because young Brown has come in and absolutely had a terrific game, a really terrific game, and capped off with a wonderful, wonderful goal. Because William Sheffield double will ruin a lot of coupons. I think it will. I mean, there will, other than Wednesday fans, there will not have been many people in the great British betting public that have got Wednesday down for a 2-0 down at Fratton Park today. In fact, I'd be surprised if anybody backed it. Wednesday, getting it down left-hand side. Are they going to play it, or are they just going to try and take a little bit of sting out of the game here? It eventually bobbles out for a Portsmouth throw. Who was your man of the match, lads and lasses? It's a really tough call today. A really tough call. Pompey corner. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Run punch man. Send Ugbo out to League 1 to build his confidence. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, the only problem is the squad depth. They're not going to let him go, because we're only having an injury away from looking very short, aren't we? Obviously lost. And suddenly the comments are flying in, and why is that? Because it's United 0, Charlton 1. It says Conrad Tank. What a great name, Conrad Tank. Steve, Charlton 1-0. Come on, Charlton. That is a turn up for the books. I would never have expected that. I genuinely thought, I know they've had a horrific start to the season down at Lane. But they've still got some good players down there. And I thought with him coming back in, I thought that would be a galvanising influence on the squad, which I'm sure it will be over the next couple of months up to Christmas. I'm sure it'll climb. But today, it's not the dream return that it looks like it's going to be. Steve, he's going for the Cadamartri man of the match. Ran his socks off. He has had a terrific game, Cadamartri. Always willing. It's a really tough ask. It's a really tough ask, man of the match today. I think a lot of people will possibly go with Brown. Obviously, he scored that goal. And again, another one, loads of energy, run his blood to water. I think Henrik did right in subbing him and giving him a breather. Fantastic game from him. But the middle of the park, you know, maybe not catching the eye in terms of going forward, but Bannon, Palmer, Ingleson, threw a huge amount of work in there today, and a lot of it is that sort of off the ball stuff that you don't really see, where they're just shuttling to keep that shape and keep that screen in front of back five, and you don't really get plaudits for that. But that's half its job in this game, and they've done that absolutely brilliantly today. Gary Lowe cheered up in his hospital bed with the news breaking from down at Bramall Lane of the Lake Charlton goal. Because Williams will be in the car park at the lane tonight. Yeah, well, I don't think they'll be having the shoes off, though, not in this weather. There'll be puddles everywhere. Although I do think long run he will turn them round. Oh, long ball Wednesday, bit of a break. Ugbo into box, cuts it across. Oh, nobody there. Understandably so. 93rd minute of the 96 that we're going to have played. And Wednesday will not be committing 2 men forward at this stage with a 2-0 lead to defend. I'll take that. Young Weaver comes across, has a touch, draws the man, and then just smashes it into the back of the stand. I don't mind that at all. Well done, lad. Anthony Lawrence, this will be a brilliant afternoon if we hold on now. It really will. So pleased for Henrik. What an example he's been involved for all at the club. Deserved man of the match. Yes, do you know what? Yes, I'll accept manager as a man of the match. He's really got a performance out of the lads today. But Henrik's work will have been done in the week in lifting him after that Bristol City, because, you know, the heads will have been down. The heads will have been down, especially at home. And the manner of it, like I said, we didn't really make them work for the goal. So heads will have been down, and Henrik has done a terrific job this week in lifting the lads to get this sort of level of performance out of them. The shape's been really good. The work rate and desire has been absolutely fantastic. Nodded away there again. Man of the match voting. Paul Faruga is going for Harry Amass. He's had a storm. He's had a terrific game over there. Like I said, more of a wing back in last game against Bristol, but today he's been more of an orthodox left back. And in fact, just as I said that, he's won a fantastic tackle, chucked himself in, and then a wonderful turn of direction to go away from his man and then clip a ball. He had Amass, another good performer. Like I said, it's a really tough one today, lads, this man of the match. I'll tell you what. They've all really stuck to it. And like I said, the back three, Lowe, Weaver, Iorfa, Ed, tackle, block. Oh, and just as I said that, Amass has he's just caught the man there. There's nothing in that. There's absolutely nothing in that. We're well into the 96th minute now. We're 10 seconds over. Wind's getting up at Fratton Park. The linesman's flag is absolutely flapping there. Absolutely flapping. They can't be long less. We're 20 seconds over. This will be the very last action of the game. I hope to God we can get this cleared. Them lads deserve a clean sheet today. They really deserve a clean sheet. Whipped in. Over punches it away, and that is that. Brilliant, brilliant, lads. Absolutely fantastic. I don't think anybody saw that coming. A terrific result. an absolutely terrific result. But more than that, a clean sheet and a good performance. You know, you can nick a game that you don't deserve to win. You know, you can get 3 points in a game that you've deserved nothing from. But today, 100% Wednesday have deserved this. Just get through their comments. Oregon Wednesday, appreciate the watch along. Thank you. Absolute pleasure. It might be the last one for a while because I have been made aware. I have been made aware of doing Saturday watch-alongs and the trouble that can get me in my channeling. But we've got away with it today. Might be the last one, but it's good. Andy Barrett, way just got in out of the Welsh rain, great performance. Where have you been, Andy? How did it rain? Have you nipped at shops? Have you been out trekking in the hills? Keith Clark, well done, lads. Well done, Jim. Thank you. A terrific Wednesday performance that has been. Amazing result, says Andrew Swallow. It has. Henrik's down there on the pitch. He's high-fiving the lads. Big Dom's loving it. Henrik in his T-shirt down there on the south coast as he goes over to the Wednesday support. And then I'm looking out of my window here. It's like being in a different country, isn't it? Brilliant result. Thanks for your comments. No problem, Gary. I hope this afternoon has helped cheer you up. That you're all clear, ready to go next week. A new experience, the watch-along cheers. It has been. It's been good fun, hasn't it? Great show, Jim, but be careful. Although Wednesday Till I Die did one as well today. Oh, do you know what? I might watch theirs back tonight when I'm doing my washing up. But I've got my Eddie Murphy to watch as well. I've got a review to do. Thanks, Jim. Great performance. It has. They absolutely fully deserve it. Enjoy your salmon, Jim. 3 points. Oh, how are they? Fantastic. So Wednesday's gone down to Fratton Park today. I always talk about spine of a team. I'm going to finish with some proper football content. I always talk about the spine of a team: keeper, centre half, centre forward. We've got a lone net who's come in, third, fourth choice at his club. He's had a blinder today at Alvarth. He's made some fantastic saves. We've got young Ernie Weaver in at centre half. He's done brilliantly. Blocked, headed, tackled, cleared. On at top end of pitch, 2 kids who've come through our academy. Cadamartri and Brown, 2 young kids through academy, worked the socks off, and Brown being, rewarded with a goal, which is hard work, richly deserved. Fantastic performance and fully deserved for the Wednesday. Keith Clark, Southerners will be jealous next summer when they're buying water from us. Let's not get on to global warming. Got a campsite down here, bit wet, I'll bet. Shall I give you a quick view of my window as it rains splattered all over it? It is absolutely audible down there. One more comment before we wrap up. Thanks, Jim. It's great to sit through with fellow Wednesday fans. It has. We've got to stick together, don't we, and try and enjoy. Oh, bust that now. I am a cack-handed bastard. We've got to stick together and try and enjoy what we can out of this season, haven't we? Conrad Tank, congrats, Jim, and other elms. Yes, thanks for watching along. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed the performance on Wednesday. Fantastic result. But more than the result, the performance. That's if we can perform like that every week. I know we're not going to beat the top sides, but if you can perform like that against Oxford and teams like that, we've got to keep picking these points up. And performances like that will help us do that. Got Bernard and Chalabar back soon. That's great news in terms of depth to the squad, Steve, but I've got to tell you, they'll have to work their way back in for me. I'm going to work their way back in. Love them both. Both have got that bit of quality. But I look at that young Ernie Weaver today, done brilliantly. Young lads up front, done brilliantly. Folks have... Henrik's managed to get a performance out at squad today with a load of young lads in it, where it's saying to other people, you're going to have to work hard to get in this team. You're not just going to say, oh, Wednesday's got a thin squad and I'm a bit of a name, I'll walk in. No, you've got to win. You're right. And all fantastic. Probably our final comment today, 100% effort is all I ask for, mate. I think Paul summed it up there. 100% effort. And every single player today has done that, including all the substitutions. Brilliant win. Bannon got us on our way. He was fantastic in the first half, almost overlooked for man of the match. He was absolutely brilliant in that first 45 minutes, leading by example and getting Wednesday eye up the pitch and getting him going in. And that brilliant free kick wrapped his foot around it. And as Paul says, 100% effort, and that's what we've got. It's all we can ask for, and that's what they've given us today. Wrapped up with 3 points, and most important to me, because I am one of them, a clean sheet. I love a clean sheet. Right, I'm going to wrap things up now, guys. Thanks for watching. As I said, if you haven't already, give us a quick like before you go. Thanks for watching. I'll do a review later as well, and keep your eye out. Hit that notification bell, because I might do some live streams in future. Don't always have to be football. Sometimes I might do a live stream to talk about biscuits, because you all seem to enjoy that sort of chat as well. Anyway, Wednesday 2, Portsmouth 0. A defeat for a returning Chris Wilder down at the lane. So despite the rain, a little bit of joy on a Saturday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon. What a result.